What if I told you that the anger you feel, the frustration, the resentment, the constant irritation at people and circumstances is entirely optional? For years, you've been hijacked by your emotions. Someone cuts you off in traffic, your blood boils. A colleague undermines you, you seethe for days. Your partner says the wrong thing, you explode. You think these reactions are natural, unavoidable, human. They're not. Today, you'll discover 7 ancient Stoic habits that will make you emotionally unshakable, immune to provocation, impossible to rattle. These aren't coping mechanisms. They're mental rewiring protocols used by emperors under siege and philosophers in chains. Watch till the end. The habit you skip might be the one keeping you enslaved to your anger right now. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, commanded the most powerful military force on earth. He faced betrayal from his closest generals, wars on multiple fronts, plague that killed millions, constant attempts on his life. And yet, in his private journal, Meditations, Book 2, Passage 1, he wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, and so none of them can hurt me. None of them can hurt me, not because Marcus lived in a bubble, not because he avoided difficult people, but because he understood a truth that modern psychology is only now confirming. Anger is not caused by external events. It's caused by your interpretation of those events. Epictetus, who spent decades as a slave before becoming one of history's greatest philosophers, taught, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." Your anger isn't coming from that rude comment, that traffic jam, that betrayal. It's coming from the story you tell yourself about what those things mean. Here's the brutal reality. As long as you believe people and circumstances have the power to anger you, you will remain their prisoner. Your peace will be hostage to every fool, every frustration, every unfair situation you encounter, and life is full of those. But there's another way, the Stoic way. Not to suppress anger or pretend it doesn't exist, but to build a mind so disciplined, so clear, so grounded in truth that anger simply has no place to take root. In this video, we'll explore 7 habits that will fundamentally rewire how you process frustration, insult, and injustice. These practices built unshakable men in ancient times. They will build an unshakable you right now. Let's begin. Habit 1. The morning preemptive strike. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, Book 5, Passage 1. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for?" But he didn't stop there. He continued with what I call the preemptive strike, mentally preparing for difficulty before it arrives. Every single morning, Marcus reminded himself that he would encounter annoying, irrational, difficult people, not as pessimism, as preparation. Here's the psychology. Anger often comes from violated expectations. You expect people to be rational, considerate, fair, and when they're not, you feel betrayed, shocked, angry. But if you wake up expecting difficulty, you're never caught off guard. The rude driver, expected. The passive-aggressive co-worker, saw it coming. The broken promise, already factored in. This isn't cynicism, it's realism, and it's the first layer of armor against anger. Most people walk through life with a fantasy about how others should behave. When reality doesn't match the fantasy, they crumble, they rage, they feel victimized. The morning preemptive strike destroys this trap. You enter each day with eyes wide open, not hoping everyone will be kind, just knowing some won't be, and deciding in advance that their behavior will not dictate your peace. Step 1. Every morning, before you check your phone, sit for 2 minutes in silence. Step 2. Mentally rehearse the day ahead. Visualize the difficult people you might encounter, the traffic, the stress, the unexpected problems. Step 3. Say this aloud. Today, I will meet people who are confused, angry, and irrational. Their confusion is not my emergency. Their anger is not my identity. I will remain calm because I understand they are doing the best they can with the awareness they have. Let's say you're heading into a meeting with someone you know will be combative. Instead of hoping they'll be reasonable, expect them to be difficult. Decide now how you'll respond, with calm, with clarity, with refusal to take their bait. When they show up exactly as you predicted, you won't be triggered. You'll be ready. Weak people expect the world to cooperate. Strong people expect the world to challenge them and prepare accordingly. The 95% walk into each day, hoping nothing goes wrong. The 5% wake up expecting obstacles and choosing their response in advance. When you master the morning preemptive strike, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You become the strategist of your own emotional battlefield. But preparation is only the first habit. There's a second practice that handles anger in the moment. Let's move to habit number 2. Habit 2. The 3-second pause. Seneca wrote in On Anger, Book 2. Beg anger to grant you this at the first, not that it should immediately pardon the offense, but that it should judge it correctly. This is the most powerful tactical tool in the Stoic arsenal, the deliberate pause. When someone insults you, cuts you off, disrespects you, your body floods with adrenaline, your heart rate spikes, your rational mind goes offline. Evolution designed you to fight or flee. But you're not fighting saber-toothed tigers anymore. You're navigating emails, conversations, traffic. The 3-second pause hijacks the anger response. It creates space between stimulus and response, and in that space, you reclaim your power. Modern neuroscience confirms what Seneca knew 2,000 years ago. The initial anger spike lasts only 90 seconds. That's it. If you can interrupt it, if you can pause, the intensity drops dramatically. Most people don't pause. They react instantly. And that instant reaction ruins relationships, careers, and inner peace. This habit solves the regret cycle. You snap at your partner, send a furious email, say something you can't take back, and then, when the anger fades, you feel shame, guilt, you apologize. But the damage is done. The 3-second pause stops this pattern. It gives your prefrontal cortex, the rational, decision-making part of your brain, time to come back online. It lets you choose your response instead of being enslaved by your impulse. Step 1. The moment you feel anger, rising heat in your chest, tension in your jaw, the urge to speak, stop. Step 2. Breathe deeply through your nose for 3 full seconds. In through the nose. Hold. Out through the mouth. Step 3. Ask yourself one question. Will responding right now improve this situation or just satisfy my ego? Imagine someone sends you a condescending email. Your fingers hover over the keyboard, ready to type a scathing reply. Instead, you pause. 3 seconds. You breathe. You ask the question. The answer is clear. Responding in anger won't fix anything. It'll escalate. So you close the laptop. You go for a walk. You come back an hour later and craft a measured, professional response. That's mastery. The 95% react, the 5% respond. The 95% are controlled by impulse. The 5% control their impulses. When you master the 3-second pause, you stop being a slave to your emotional weather. You become the calm center in every storm. People will notice. They'll test you. They'll try to provoke you. And when they fail, when you remain unshaken, they'll either respect you or avoid you. Either outcome is a win. But what about the thoughts that fuel the anger? Habit number 3 handles those at the root. Let's go deeper. Habit 3. The dichotomy of control filter. Epictetus taught in the Enchiridion, Section 1. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion. Not within our power are the body, property, reputation, office. This is the foundational Stoic distinction, and it's the most powerful anger management tool ever created. Why do you get angry? Because someone did something you didn't want them to do. Because a situation didn't unfold the way you expected. Because you're trying to control what you cannot control. The dichotomy of control filter is simple. Before you get angry, ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, anger is illogical. It's like getting mad at gravity. If it is within your control, then you don't need anger, you need action. Most of your anger is directed at things you cannot control. Other people's behavior, the weather, the past, the traffic, the economy, your boss's mood, your parents' choices. None of it is within your power, so why waste energy raging at it? This habit solves the powerlessness trap. You feel angry because you feel powerless. Someone wronged you. The world isn't fair. You're a victim. But the moment you apply the dichotomy of control filter, the victimhood dissolves. You realize, I can't control what they did, but I can control how I respond. I can't control the traffic, but I can control whether I leave earlier next time. I can't control being rejected, but I can control whether I let rejection define me. That realization is liberation. Suddenly, you're not powerless. You're just redirecting your energy from the uncontrollable to the controllable. Step 1. When you feel anger rising, ask aloud, is this within my control? Step 2. If the answer is no, say this, I release what I cannot control. I focus on what I can. Step 3. Identify one thing within your control in that moment. Your breath, your response, your next action. Focus there. Let's say your flight gets cancelled. You're furious. The airline screwed up. Your plans are ruined. Filter. Can I control the cancellation? No. Can I control my response? Yes. Can I control rebooking, calling hotels, adapting my schedule? Yes. So you shift. You stop wasting energy on rage and start investing it in solutions. That's power. The 95% rage at the uncontrollable, the 5% master the controllable. The 95% are victims of circumstance. The 5% are architects of their response. When you internalize the dichotomy of control, anger becomes illogical, not suppressed, not ignored, just unnecessary, because you've trained yourself to focus only on what you can change, and that focus makes you unstoppable. But even with this filter, thoughts still arise. Habit number 4 teaches you how to dismantle them. Let's continue. Habit 4. The view from above. Marcus Aurelius practiced a meditation he called anachronesis, the view from above. In Meditations, Book 7, Passage 48, he wrote, "Look at things from above, to see their strangeness. The earth, a speck, human life, a blink, fame fleeting, all of it dissolves. This is the antidote to emotional reactivity. When you're in the middle of anger, everything feels enormous. The insult feels unbearable. The injustice feels catastrophic. But zoom out, take the cosmic view. In 100 years, will this matter? In 1,000, will the universe care that someone cut you off in traffic? This isn't minimizing your pain, it's perspective correction. You're taking a temporary frustration and making it eternal in your mind. The view from above shrinks it back to its actual size, small, temporary, ultimately irrelevant. Modern psychology calls this cognitive reframing. The Stoics called it wisdom. Same tool, different era. This habit solves the catastrophizing trap. You take a minor inconvenience and turn it into a tragedy. Someone disrespects you, and you replay it for weeks. A project fails, and you question your entire worth. The view from above stops this spiral. It reminds you, this is one moment in an infinite series of moments. It's not your identity, it's not your destiny, it's just weather. Step 1. When anger arises, close your eyes. Step 2. Visualize yourself from above. See your body, your room, your city, your country, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy. Step 3. Ask, in the grand scale of existence, how much does this moment matter? Step 4. Return to the present with renewed clarity. Imagine someone criticizes your work publicly. You're humiliated, furious. Now zoom out. See yourself as a speck on a spinning rock in an incomprehensibly vast universe. See that criticism as sound waves dissipating into nothingness. See that person as another temporary consciousness, just like you, struggling with their own confusion. Suddenly, the sting fades. Not because you're numb, because you're proportionate. The 95% magnify every slight into a catastrophe. The 5% maintain cosmic perspective. The 95% are prisoners of the moment. The 5% are observers of eternity. When you master the view from above, you don't lose passion, you lose reactivity. You stop sweating the small things, and from this vantage point, almost everything is small. But perspective alone doesn't prevent anger from returning. Habit number 5 addresses the root cause. Let's move forward. Habit 5. The judgment audit. Epictetus taught that anger doesn't come from events, it comes from your judgments about events. In the Discourses, Book 1, Chapter 28, he said, "It is not things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about those things." This is the deepest layer of anger management. You don't get angry because someone insulted you. You get angry because you judge the insult as intolerable, the person as evil, and yourself as disrespected. But what if those judgments are wrong? The judgment audit is a daily practice of examining your automatic interpretations. Someone doesn't return your text, your judgment. They're ignoring me. They don't respect me. I'm not important. But what if they're busy? What if they forgot? What if they're dealing with a crisis? Your judgment created the anger, not the unreturned text. When you audit your judgments, you realize how many of your emotional reactions are based on assumptions, projections, and stories, not reality. This habit solves the victim narrative. You create stories where you're the wronged party. You interpret neutral events as personal attacks. You assume malice where there's often just ignorance or distraction. The judgment audit breaks this pattern. It forces you to separate fact from interpretation, and when you do, most of your anger evaporates because it was built on interpretation, not truth. Step 1. When anger arises, write down the triggering event as a pure fact. John didn't respond to my email. Step 2. Write down your judgment. John is disrespecting me. Step 3. Challenge it. Is that the only explanation? Could there be others? Step 4. List 3 alternative explanations. He's busy. He didn't see it. He's dealing with something urgent. Step 5. Choose the most generous interpretation and act as if it's true. Let's say a colleague takes credit for your idea in a meeting. Fact: they mentioned the idea without attributing it to you. Judgment: they're stealing from me. They're malicious. Alternative explanations: they forgot where it came from. They thought it was collaborative. They're socially awkward. You can't know which is true, so choose the one that preserves your peace. Address it calmly later if needed. But don't let assumed malice ruin your day. The 95% are slaves to their first interpretation. The 5% question every judgment. The 95% assume the worst. The 5% practice interpretive charity. When you master the judgment audit, you stop living in a hostile universe. You start living in a neutral one, where most people are just confused, distracted, and doing their best. That shift alone will cut your anger by 70%. But what about the people who are malicious? Who do intend harm? Habit number 6 handles them with surgical precision. Let's go deeper. Habit 6. The indifference practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, Book 6, Passage 51, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This sounds impossible. Someone insults you. How can you choose not to be harmed? But Marcus isn't denying reality. He's asserting a radical truth. Harm is subjective. If someone calls you an idiot and you genuinely don't value their opinion, their words have no power. They're just noise. The indifference practice trains you to become selectively indifferent, not to everything, not to people you love or values you hold, but to the opinions, judgments, and attacks of people who don't matter. And here's the secret: most people don't matter, not in the grand scheme of your life. Seneca said in Letters to Lucilius, Letter 7, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you can improve. The process is mutual, for people learn while they teach. Everyone else? Background noise." This habit solves the approval addiction. You care what everyone thinks. A stranger's comment ruins your day. A troll's insult keeps you up at night. An acquaintance's judgment makes you question yourself. This is exhausting, and it's optional. The indifference practice teaches you to create an inner circle of people whose opinions matter and to be completely indifferent to everyone outside it. Step 1. Write down the names of 5 people whose opinions you genuinely value. People who know you, love you, want your best. Step 2. Commit to caring deeply about feedback from those 5. Step 3. Everyone else? Irrelevant. A stranger insults you? They don't know you. A coworker judges you? They're not in your inner circle. Let their words dissolve like smoke. Imagine you post something online and get negative comments. Old you spirals, defends, argues. New you asks, "Is this person in my inner circle?" No. Then their opinion is meaningless. Scroll past. Don't engage. Don't internalize. They're not qualified to judge you. Only the 5 are. The 95% give everyone power over their peace. The 5% give power only to the chosen few. The 95% are hurt by strangers. The 5% are indifferent to strangers. When you master indifference, you become emotionally invincible. Not hard, not cold, just discerning. You save your emotional energy for the people who've earned it. Everyone else is just scenery. One final habit remains. This is the practice that ties everything together. It's the daily ritual that makes all 6 previous habits automatic. Let's finish strong with habit number 7. Habit 7. The evening reflection. Seneca wrote in On Anger, Book 3, Chapter 36, "Every day I call my mind to account. When the light has been removed and my wife has become silent, I examine my entire day and retrace all my actions and words. I conceal nothing from myself. I pass nothing by. This is the capstone habit. The evening reflection is where you consolidate your growth. Every night, before you sleep, you audit your day. Where did you maintain calm? Where did you lose it? What triggered you? How did you respond? What would you do differently? This practice does two things. First, it creates self-awareness. You start noticing patterns. I always get angry when I'm hungry. I lose my temper with my kids when I haven't slept. I'm triggered by dismissive comments from my boss. Awareness is the first step to change. Second, it creates accountability. You're not just reacting and forgetting. You're reviewing, learning, adjusting. You become your own coach, your own mentor, and over time, your responses improve. Not because you're suppressing anger, because you're evolving past the need for it. This habit solves the stagnation trap. You make the same mistakes repeatedly. You explode, apologize, promise to change, and then explode again. Why? Because you never process what happened. You never learn. The evening reflection turns experience into wisdom. Each day becomes a data point. Each reaction becomes a lesson. You stop repeating patterns and start building mastery. Step 1. Every evening, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Step 2. Ask yourself these 3 questions. When did I feel angry today? How did I respond? What could I have done better? Step 3. Write your answers in a journal. Just a few sentences. No judgment, no shame, just observation. Step 4. Identify one micro-adjustment for tomorrow. Let's say you snapped at your partner this morning. Evening reflection.
I felt angry when they forgot to call me back. I responded by raising my voice and being sarcastic.
I could have
paused, breathed, and asked calmly why they forgot. Tomorrow's adjustment. When I feel that irritation rising, I'll use the 3-second pause before speaking. Do this every night for 30 days. You'll be shocked at how quickly your emotional patterns shift, not through willpower, through awareness and iteration. The 95% never reflect. They just react and repeat. The 5% review, adjust, and evolve. The 95% are stuck in loops. The 5% are on trajectories. When you commit to the evening reflection, you become a living experiment in emotional mastery. Every day, you're testing, learning, improving, and day by day, anger loses its grip. Not because you're suppressing it, because you're outgrowing it. That's the 7th habit. That's the final piece. Now let's bring it all together. Let's recap what we've covered. Habit 1. Expect difficulty before it arrives. Habit 2. The 3-second pause. Create space between stimulus and response. Habit 3. The dichotomy of control filter. Release what you can't control. Focus on what you can. Habit 4. The view from above. Zoom out. See the cosmic insignificance of temporary frustration.
Zoom out.
Habit 5. The judgment audit. Challenge your interpretations.
Habit 5.
Choose generous explanations. Habit 6. The indifference practice. Care deeply about the few. Be indifferent to the many. Habit 7. The evening reflection. Review, learn, adjust, evolve. These 7 habits are not quick fixes. They're not affirmations you repeat while hoping the universe does the work. They're daily practices that rewire your nervous system, your thought patterns, your automatic responses. They're the training ground for emotional invincibility. Marcus Aurelius didn't become unshakable by accident. He practiced these disciplines every single day. In war, in betrayal, tease, and loss.
He trained his mind like an athlete trains his body. And so must you. Seneca wrote to Lucilius, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. Your anger is the friction. These habits are the polish. Every time you pause instead of react, you're polishing. Every time you filter through the dichotomy of control, you're strengthening. Every time you reflect instead of repeat, you're evolving. You are not a victim of your emotions. You are their trainer, their master. And with these 7 habits, you will build a mind so disciplined, so clear, so grounded, that anger simply cannot take root. People will test you. They always do. But when they try to provoke you and you remain calm, unmoved, unshaken, utterly at peace, they'll realize something profound. You are not like them. You are operating on a different level, and they'll either respect that or avoid you. Both outcomes serve you. So here's what I want you to do. If this video gave you clarity, tap the like button. It signals to me that you're serious, that you're part of the 5% who actually want to change, not just consume content. Then drop a comment with one word, unshaken. That's your public commitment, your declaration that you're done being controlled by anger and you're ready to master these 7 habits. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This channel is your training ground for Stoic mastery. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't miss a session. And finally, watch the video on screen right now. It's called 10 Stoic Rules that will manifest everything you want. It will show you how to combine emotional mastery with purposeful action. Remember, anger is a choice. Peace is a practice. You have the tools. Now do the work. Become the master of your mind. Rebuild your emotional discipline. Refocus your energy on what you can control. Rise above every provocation. You will never be angry or bothered by anyone or anything again. Rise above.